Alright guys, this is MarkBoy316 with another video, and today's going to be my classic Superstars of Wrestling collection. Here we go. 8 of them were made, and here they are. First one we got here is Classic Superstars of Wrestling, Steve Austin, the early years. As you see here, runs about 56 minutes, and those are some of the matches. You'll see Austin versus the Medicine Man. That's Austin's debut match, classic collector's item. His first ever match. And it's Stone Cold Steve Austin in the 8-man tag. And he battles his teacher and mentor, Chris Adams, and much more. And if you open it up, it does come with the insert. Like Steve Austin versus the Punisher, who was the Undertaker. The Medicine Man versus Chris Adams in the 8-man tag. Then you see him against Chris Adams again, and then him and Jeannie Clark, who was Austin's wife at the time, against Tony Adams and Chris Adams. So, that's that one. So, that's pretty cool. Next one I have here is Classic Superstars of Wrestling, Cactus Jack, the early years. This one runs, again, 56 minutes. And here are the matches for this one. Cactus Jack versus the Patriot, and yes, it is the Patriot from WWF and WCW. Cactus Jack and Gary Young versus Jarrett and Chris Adams. Cactus Jack and Gary Young versus Dwayne and Mickey Finn Jr. Cactus Jack in the 6-man tag. Cactus versus Doug Masters. Cactus Jack versus Cowboy Tony. Cactus Jack versus Brickhouse Brown, who recently passed away. And Cactus Jack versus Eric Embry. So, that's that one. Next one we have here is Booker T. And here's the cat. That's not Booker T. That's the cat. Come on, kitty. We'll go over there. There we go. It's Booker T. The early years. This one here, he has, again, matches against, who we got here? Beach Boy Shawn Summers, the Lasertrons, Ebony Experience, which was, I think, Stevie Ray and Booker T, before they were known as Harlem Heat. Booker T versus Action Jackson, Mike Davis, Alex Porto, the Super Destroyer, and Alex Porto again. So, and this one runs 56 minutes too. Next one here is Superstars of Yesteryear. This one has what do we have here? Let's see. Nick Bockwinkel versus Kurt Hennig. Cowboy Bob Orton versus Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Fabulous Freebirds versus Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase. Eddie Gilbert versus the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. Superfly Jim Snuka versus the Kodiak Bear. And Junkyard Dog versus Jerry Lawler. So a pretty good match listing on this one. Superstars of Yesteryear. So, this one here is about, again, 56 minutes. Yeah. Next one here is Shooting Stars of Today. Well, this one has Dustin Rhodes versus Gary Young. Handsome Stranger versus Steve Dane. Lightning Kid, who was 1-2-3 Kid or X-Pac versus Chaz. Soul Taker versus The Avenger. I think Soul Taker was the Godfather, I do believe. Mark Callis, who was the Undertaker, versus Bill Dundee. Jeff Jarrett and Terry Gordy versus Ron Starr and Taurus Bulba. And then it's SWAT Team against the Missing Link and Jason Sterling. Next one we got here is Champions of the Squared Circle. And this was Jerry Lynn versus the Lightning Kid, so 1-2-3 Kid against Jerry Lynn. That was pretty cool. Matt Bourne and Jeff Jarrett versus Cactus Jack and Sheik Broderick. I think that's for the USWA Tag Team titles. Eddie Gilbert versus Sam Houston. Jack Victory and John Tatum versus the Masked Men. Debbie Combs versus Rockin' Robin. Jerry Lawler versus Terry Gordy. And Jerry Lawler versus Jimmy Valiant compilation. Next one I have here, King. Ah! Beto! Next one here is Kings and Queens and Superstars. We have Mark Callis versus Jimmy Lawler, who was Undertaker and Lawler. Adrian Street versus Miguel Perez. Miguel Perez versus King Kalua. Candy Divine versus Rockin' Robin. Sweet Georgia Brown versus Dazzling Denise. Iceman and Bad Company team up. Superfly versus the Kodiak Bear. The Patriot versus the Cuban Assassin. Bastion Booger versus Jim Thomas. And Dick Murdoch versus Terry Funk. 10 matches on this one. This one runs 56. And the last one I got here, Classic Superstars of Wrestling Tag Team Tempest. This used to be, I think this had to be the big box set, but I only got them all individually. But they're all 8 that were ever made. So this one's got Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett versus Sweet Daddy Falcon and Gary Young. Dean Malenko and Lance Torelli versus Lynn Wagner and Thomas St. John. The Nasty Boys versus the American Bulldogs. Interview with the Nasty Boys. Samoan Swap Team versus Michael Hayes and Steve Cox. And Steve Austin, Jeff Gaylord, and Sheik Braddock versus Chris Adams, Matt Bourne, and Eric Embry. So yeah, that's all 8 superstars, classic superstars of wrestling. And I'm gonna show you guys right there. Those are all the same collection. Right there, right there, right there. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me for my classic superstars of wrestling collection. So thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next one.